League One again, ole ole. Right, as you can see guys, we're in Swindon, the home of GWR, and I'm briefly here just to do my intro for today's video. Gonna take you somewhere I want to tick off so I can have a sneak around and all that. And I wonder where that could be. Look at that brown sign there in the distance. Well, here we are. We're at the county ground. Before we go to Reading though, we're going there afterwards. So I can actually have a proper look for the first time at the most ridiculous looking roundabout in the whole country. It looks like an old ground to be fair, doesn't it, Swindon's? Well, here we are. This is where we're gonna do the intro. Well, here it is, a new ground to tick off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the channel for YouTube. You join me at County Ground in Wiltshire, the home of Swindon Town Football Club. I've actually, embarrassingly, never properly visited this ground before, yet Wiltshire's only 4 counties away from Cornwall. So, yeah, so I thought I may as well have a look at it for a change. So yeah, I'll tell you what, some of it actually looks like Oakwell. And I'm not just saying that because both Swindon and Barnsley are red, but I'm saying it just because of the way like some of the stands layouts are and all that from what we've just seen there. But it's quiet here today because Swindon are on their travels today. They are away at Port Vale, at Vale Park in Staffordshire. So Swindon are not hosting a home game today. I want to tick this ground off though one day, and one day I am going to do that, so that will get ticked off. But we're not going to be at Swindon today. We're just here for my intro. We're going to be at one of their Didcot Triangle neighbours, which we're getting the train to in a minute. I don't really think I can say the name round here, but yeah, I'm off to Reading. Reading's got Huddersfield in League One at the Madejski Stadium. I have never done the Madejski either to tick off yet, and it's going to be my 49th football ground in England to tick off, and that's where we're going to be heading to. One of Swindon's arch rivals across the M4 down to Berkshire, the home of the Royals, Reading Football Club. The club who I'd say are probably in the more crisis than anyone right now because their owners are absolutely shocking. And it's a big game I'm going to be attending to today because Reading are hosting Huddersfield. 2 teams not in the greatest of forms in League One at the moment. Huddersfield, I know some of how they play because they got relegated last season from the Championship. They weren't good enough at all. They will be travelling to the Madejski today to face Reading. But the main bit I'm curious about for today's video is that these are the 2 clubs that faced each other in the 2016-17 Championship playoff final for a promotion space to the Premier League, which Huddersfield beat Reading on penalties. And ever since that day that Huddersfield won, both clubs have been on a downward spiral. Huddersfield would stay in the Premier League for a season, to be fair, but other than that, they would get relegated eventually and they wouldn't come back. They nearly got promoted back in 2022, but lost the playoff final to Nottingham Forest, as you remember. And Huddersfield, 2 seasons after that playoff final heartbreak, have now found themselves back in League One for the first time since 2012. And they have gone to join Reading in there. Reading have not really recovered from that Championship playoff final at all. They've stayed in the Championship ever since then, but got relegated in 2022-23. quite unfairly relegated, to be fair, because they had more points than Cardiff. And if it wasn't for Reading's points deduction, they would have stayed up and Cardiff would have gone down. Having said that, the season before, when Derby County got relegated, Derby was the one with the points deduction and Reading stayed up because of their points deduction. So if it wasn't for Derby's points deduction, Reading would have gone down into League One in 2022 for the 22-23 season, and we would have faced Reading in League One instead of Derby, but it didn't happen. We went to Pride Park instead. So, yeah. Reading's relegation to League One had been coming ever since, really, pretty much. And because the club is in so much turmoil at the moment with their awful owners, I want to see what's going on behind the toxic scenes at the Madejski Stadium at the moment, because I don't think it sounds pretty what's going on over there at Reading at the moment. So, and it's a new ground for me to tick off, so I'm really excited to tick it off as a neutral. Finally get to tick it off as an away day. They're playing Huddersfield. And I just want to see how far these two clubs have honestly come in general. Reading have gone into League One this season, finishing 17th last season as well. Nearly got relegated to League Two, again because of their ownership catastrophes. But at the end, form at the end of the season kept the Royals up from a disastrous back-to-back relegation to the 4th tier of English football. And it just shows how much of a crisis there really is at Reading at the moment. I really do feel sorry for them at the moment. It's never nice. We went through it between 2011 and 2013. But yeah, it's never nice. So I just want to see what's going on at that football club. And this is a better day to do it because Argyle played on Friday night, beat Luton 3-1. So I can actually go to this game at Reading really relaxed because Plymouth have won. So that's got me relaxed. Tick off the stadium and tick off my 49th football ground in England and Wales of watching a football game. So I'm really excited for it. And then Burnley, when I go for Argyle on Tuesday night, that's going to be my 50th ground. We're picking them up as we go along. We are getting closer and closer to being halfway of the 92. Some of the clubs I've done already, by the way, haven't been shown on my YouTube channel yet, like Brighton. I did Brighton a few seasons ago while I was in my master's degree, and the likes of Aldershot Town, Eastleigh, who I did work experience with Aldershot, Yeovil I did during that season as well. Some of these grounds we need to show on the channel yet, but I have ticked some of these off before. But this ground we will do one day, meanwhile, Swindon. When I say Reading's in crisis, which they are, these lot are in even more pain. Well, maybe not ownership-wise, but league-wise, because these guys cannot seem to get out of League Two at all. Swindon got relegated from League One in 2021, while we stayed up, finished 18th in 2020-21. Swindon went down with Northampton, Bristol Rovers and Rochdale, and Swindon just haven't recovered ever since. And they just been flirting by just staying in League Two and can't get out, or can't get out by getting relegated to the National League either. So something needs to be fixed at Swindon. I don't know how they're going to do at Port Vale today, but it'll be interesting to see. Port Vale's one of my favourites for League Two this season, so might be a really tricky one for Swindon, but we'll see. But we are going to have to leave here now. I just wanted to stop by and visit the ground so I can actually finally have a proper look at it and all that. We're going to be leaving Swindon very soon, and we're going to head to the Ding on the train across the M4. And yeah, I just thought I'd start my intro at one of Reading's neighbours to then prepare me to get to Reading, and then we go from there and explore Reading itself. But we're about to leave Swindon. We're about to take on the first neutral episode of the season, guys, and it takes place in League One, not the Championship. So today, guys, in this video, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be covering Reading versus Huddersfield Town at the Madejski Stadium to tick off Reading as an away day. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So let's get back to Swindon Railway Station and do that. But before we go to Swindon Railway Station, there is something I got to show you all. Right, before we get on the train, I just want to look at how ridiculous this roundabout honestly looks. It's called the Magic Roundabout. I have been a fan of looking up this roundabout ever since I first looked at Google Maps. Just look at it. Look at it. How there isn't an accident right now, I'll never know. Just look at the state of it. There is 5, I'm not joking, there's like 5 mini roundabouts in the space of one massive roundabout here. Like, who does that? What country in the world does that? Only England, only the UK, only the town of Swindon could come up with this outrageous idea. But somehow, all these cars are getting through nicely. Well, that was a close call. Tells you everything. I've always wanted to look at this roundabout. I'm genuinely just curious to see what it looks like. But yeah, it's mad. It's absolutely mad. Looking at this just makes me glad I don't drive. Imagine trying this on a bike though, since I cycle everywhere. Imagine trying this on my bike. Oh, it's mad. It's absolutely mad. Anyways, we're going to say goodbye to the Magic Roundabout. And we're going to head on the train to the Ding to tick off the Madejski. We will tick off County Ground one day. I was hoping they'd be at home against Cheltenham in a few weeks' time while we were on international break. But it's at Cheltenham, not Swindon, and I've ticked Cheltenham off already, so I would have considered it if it was at Swindon, because I need to tick County Ground off soon. Out of the Southwest clubs remaining, I still need to tick off Swindon, Forest Green, Yeovil. No, not Yeovil. What am I on about? Bournemouth. That's the one I meant. Swindon, Forest Green, and Bournemouth. That's pretty much it. And if I'm including some other well-known clubs in the Southwest as well, then I'd include Bath and Weymouth as well. So yeah, all those I still need to tick off, but it will happen. It will happen. Yeah, we will tick off County Ground one day. Wiltshire's biggest football club, Swindon. Right, and we're now going to leave Swindon and head on the train to one of their Didcot Triangle rivals. Not Oxford, that's their main rivals. I've been to Oxford before, the Kassam, a few seasons ago in League One. I'm going to go back there this season in the Championship. But no, we're heading to Reading, a new ground for me that I'm going to be ticking off. And I want to see how much and how this club is going with all the horrible ownership problems and how much these guys have fallen to where they are now compared to what I saw when I was a kid and a teenager being in the Premier League for a few seasons. So yeah, let's go. Let's head to Reading. So we're now on the GWR to the Ding. Coming into this game, by the way, both teams are coming into this on the back of back-to-back defeats. Reading losing at home 1-0 against Leyton Orient, and then absolutely hammered 5-2 last weekend for the second season in a row by Bolton. Before that, Reading's previous game before that was a win at home 2-0 versus Charlton, who are flying under Nathan Jones at the moment so far this season. Huddersfield aren't helping themselves. They have lost back-to-back home games meanwhile, losing to Northampton 3-1 and Blackpool 2-0, who now have Steve Bruce as their manager. But before that, for Huddersfield, it was a win for them away on the road, smashing Bolton 4-0. So what am I going to expect from these two? My score prediction, you know, I am going to back Reading. I think it will be a harder test for Huddersfield than what they feel, and I haven't been impressed with Huddersfield's last two performances anyways. I'm going to say a tight 2-1 Reading. And my scorer today, I've gone with Lewis Wing for Reading. And the last time these two played each other in the league together was in the Championship in 2022-23. Reading went down, Huddersfield stayed up. Huddersfield won 2-0 at the John Smith Stadium, while Reading won 3-1 at the Madejski. So I wonder if they're going to take that confidence going into today as well. We'll see. It's Ruben Selles at That's the train shaking out of nowhere. It's Ruben Selles versus Michael Duff. Just like that, we have made it to the largest town in the country, and the way it looks, the largest railway town in the country. Look at the size of this railway station. It's massive, isn't it, Reading's? Massive. No. See what I mean? I'm going up the escalators now. Look at the size of this railway station and the amount of platforms there are. It's so busy, isn't it? Ginormous. It's going to be ginormous. The railway station, then the ginormous walk to the football ground from the town centre, and then the ginormous stadium itself, the Medeski. We have got a day to look forward to. I've just seen the lineups. I've put them on the screen for you all. Seen some notable faces there. Mikel Miller is on the bench for Huddersfield. But guess who's starting for Huddersfield, by the way? Former Argyle man in Shuey's promotion-winning season, Nigel Longwick. Longwick is starting for Huddersfield today. They are the notable ones I've seen there in the Huddersfield lineup. Josh Caroma as well. He's a former Pompey man. And of course, Jonathan Hogg, who's been at the Terriers for years, so obviously keep an eye out on him as well. Reading obviously have David Button in goal, and then they've got the likes of Lewis Wing playing, who I remember when we were in League One. Harvey Nibbs, he's there as well. Interesting places to look out for today, really. Big game. I am still going to say 2-1 Reading, because I haven't rated Huddersfield's form at the moment, but we're nearly at the ground now, so we're going to get excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. That's my personal thoughts. Well, here we are. We've made it to Reading. We've made it to the Medeski. Right, guys, so I'm joined by, while I'm headed to the ground now, still need to have a look round the ground and all that. And I have time to do that after the game as well, because I'm not getting back to home till late and all that. But in the meantime, I'm joined by Martin, a Huddersfield fan. How are you feeling about today? Reading away. But 2 losses on the bounce, though, against Northampton and Blackpool. What's happened so far with Huddersfield this season, you think?
We've not been convincing at home at all.
Okay.
Last couple of matches have been really bad.
Oh, God. Was it really that bad against Northampton and Blackpool?
Northampton's bad. Partner play's not good.
Oh, God,
We
okay.
played well at Bolton, but it was a false
Oh, I had a 4-0, yeah. No, I
it
saw that.
It looks like a false goal. But we look better away from home at the minute.
Okay.
And I fancy us because these are struggling.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to get overconfident.
Yeah. No, Reading.
I fancy his chances here.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, Reading's in a similar position. Like they've lost 2 on the bounce now, so you're both looking for a win at this point, facing each other. But
yeah, we need a win.
Score prediction. What do you reckon? What do you reckon today it will be?
I fancy it's 2-1.
2-1 Huddersfield away win. Oh, fair enough. And who to score for Huddersfield today?
Caroma will score again.
Ah, okay. I'm not very fond of Caroma because he's a former Portsmouth man, so he scored against us last season as well. So yeah,
we're a bit sneaky. We've got a lad from Wolves called Joe Hodge.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Middle of midfield, good energy, looks very good.
Oh, nice one.
And yeah, I think he could get one.
Is there anyone for Reading you're nervous for today?
No, I looked at a bit of a preview and said Lewis Wing's not bad.
Oh yeah, well I remember him from our League One days when he was at Cambridge.
to be honest
Not
with you,
Cambridge, Wickham,
to be
that was
honest
it.
with you, these are struggling. Isn't there going to be a pitch invasion or something?
I don't know. See, that's why I've come.
rumours.
That's why I've come to Reading today. See what's
rumours.
going on with the owners and all
I was at the
that.
Blackpool one about 10 years back.
Oh, okay.
The Oysters, and they got abandoned 46
Yeah.
minutes.
But that's why I've come to Reading today as well, because I just want to see what's going on with their owners and all that. It's very bleak, isn't it? But as it stands, I know, yeah, you can do. I mean, like, early days, of course, but as it stands, where do you think Huddersfield will finish so far this season? As it stands now.
I don't think we'll get automatics.
You don't think you'll be up there with, like, Birmingham or something?
We need a good strike. You need someone in this league who's going to get you 30 a season,
Yeah.
basically. You need someone who's solid up front, going to get you 25, 30 a season. And we haven't got that.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't think he knows what his best team is yet either.
Oh, Michael Duff, yeah.
I don't think he knows what his best team is.
I do rate him as a manager in League One though, because he nearly got Barnsley promoted 2 seasons ago with us, but he didn't quite do it in the Championship with Swansea.
We keep playing these three centre backs, and the wing backs don't always push up, so it
Yeah.
ends up being like 5 at the back,
Yeah, no, fair enough.
which makes us too flat. So when we're pushing forward, we've got no width.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, jury's out for me.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Someone I always wanted to ask this actually to a Huddersfield fan for this season. How are you finding Miller and Longwick so far? It used to be at us, of course, so I know them very well. They both got promoted with us as well in League One in 2023.
Miller's got fantastic delivery,
Yeah.
but I'm worried about how many matches he'll play.
He's very injury
He
prone,
is-
to be fair. He was the same at Argyle.
He's made of glass, isn't he? Yeah, if we can keep him fit, he's better than Headley, who'll probably end up playing today.
Okay.
He's very weak at the minute, lacking in confidence, and he's a poor second spot to play Miller. Longwick from Wolves on loan. Yeah, he's not bad. He looks a bit clumsy at times, but he's been pretty steady so far without being spectacular.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm happy with Miller. If we could keep him fit, I think he'd be an excellent signing.
No,
He'd
fair enough.
He'd be one of our better signings.
Yeah, no, makes sense. Well, best of luck either way. Enjoy the game, and
nice to speak to you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
And enjoy. Good luck with Burnley.
It will be. Yeah, well, I'll take a 0-0 on Tuesday. Honestly, it'd be great.
Good luck with Burnley.
Cheers, mate. I appreciate that. Have a good one. All right then, guys. Joined by Stuart, Reading fan. How are we feeling for today against Huddersfield?
Apprehensive, I would suggest.
Or what do you mean by apprehensive?
I think neither teams are in particularly good form.
Yeah.
You know, it's all over the place.
But neither are in good form. They're both lost 2 on the bounce, so it could be a decider on who does better out of the two of you right now.
It could be, yes. I mean, it could be a season-defining result. In that if we get a result, we put some of our problems behind us for a few more weeks. Kick them down the road.
Yeah.
Huddersfield win. Well, that sets the tone for them because they've had some strange results.
They have. Well, they've just lost 2 on the bounce at home against Northampton and Blackpool. So not doing their form very good. And what was your last 2 games? I think it was Orient, wasn't it?
So Orient were probably the best side we've seen at this stage.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The perfect away performance.
Yeah, that was it. It was Leighton Orient and then Bolton last week.
Bolton away. I didn't go to that one.
Oh, okay.
But that was away. Strangely, we played better against Bolton by all accounts than we did against Orient.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those.
Well,
games.
it can happen, can't it? In those kind of score lines, can't it? No, I see what you mean. But what's your score prediction today? I've gone 2-1 Reading. I do think you'll win it today, to be fair.
So I'm a bit of a fence sitter. I think it's got 1-1 written all over.
You got
it.
1-1 today, okay.
Because I don't think either side will get the result they want.
Okay.
Basically, but almost the result is secondary these days at the moment at the club with all the stuff that's going on. But I'd probably take a draw, and then we've got some on paper easier games coming up down the road.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Get a point on the. We've got another injury, another defender injured. So I'd take it today.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Well, as it stands, obviously early days, only been like 6-7 games. But where at the moment do you think Reading are going to finish this season so far in League One?
Depends on the takeover. If we get a takeover and we don't get points deductions, I would put us around about 12th, 13th.
12th, 13th, so mid-table then.
Mid-table,
Okay.
yeah.
So, speaking of which, what is there anything that's going to happen today? Like, is there a protest that's going to happen at the
Apparently
Medeski?
there's a red. We've been warned off going on the pitch.
Okay.
No more points deduction because the manager basically put a news conference out in the week saying that's not going to help the players.
Okay.
So it's a from the stands protest. You'll see a lot of red cards.
Okay, all right.
Up,
I just wondered, no, because obviously that's the other reason why I've come here today, because I'm just curious to see what the dark sides are going on with Reading at the moment, of course, and all that.
Yeah,
so
we're quite a middle of the road bunch most of the time. So we're not really that vociferous, but we do, when we get our backs up, we do stuff.
Oh no, that's understandable. If it's against owners that don't care about the club, it's totally understandable.
Absolutely.
So you know you don't want someone to run a football club if they don't give a crap about your club at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So that's the same with every club. We've been through it before from 2011, 2012 when we were in League Two, nearly got relegated to the National League, but thankfully, luckily for us, that's all over for us now. But you guys at the moment now, like, we know the feeling, basically, if that makes sense.
It's a cycle in football. We're at the bottom of the cycle now. Hopefully we're at the bottom of the cycle. There's nowhere else
exactly.
to drop.
It's like back then in 2011, 2012, we were in League Two, really struggling. You guys were obviously Premier League Championship fighting, so it just shows anything can happen in football.
Anything can happen in football. It all depends on whether an owner is stupid enough to sort of gamble.
Exactly.
And I don't think it. I think if we can get our club back on track now, I think a lot of supporters are just saying keep it even, keep it steady.
No, that makes
just
sense.
Keep us one step at a time.
Fair enough.
We'll get there.
Is there anyone for Huddersfield you're nervous for today, players wise?
Not especially. I've heard that their two strikers, whilst not particularly emphatic, they give them a sniff a goal around the box, and we are capable of making a mistake around the box. Okay. So I'm a bit worried about their strikers sniffing around the box and maybe getting that sucker punch goal that we dread, and because we might not come back from it.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
It's going to be a confidence game today. I reckon the first goal will set the tone for both teams.
And is there anyone Huddersfield should look out for from Reading today? Someone who you feels like on form and in form at the moment?
I think Harvey Nibbs just come back from injury. Yeah. Attacking, plays just behind the front.
I know he's very good anyways, because when we were in League One year we went up, he was playing at Cambridge, and I highly rated him there as well, so I think he's done well for you guys.
Harvey Nibbs will run at the defence, and Lewis Wing basically
another one who was at Wycombe,
plays further back in midfield, and give him a shot on target and he'll take it. So those are my two really.
Yeah, no, makes sense. The other thing I wanted to ask, really curious about this, because I know they're in the middle of the Didcot Triangle and all this. I always wonder this with Reading fans. Who's your most despised club and why, if you had to choose?
You're probably asking
just one.
It's not the ones you'd think at the moment.
Oxford?
Yeah, it's not.
It's not Oxford.
I don't care about Oxford because I'm an old man.
Well, try and do you a favour though and do the double over them in December.
Yeah,
so.
well, yeah. Yeah, so
I guess they're still your Thames Valley rivals, I guess.
Don't care about Oxford, don't care about Swindon. I think Oxford and Swindon between themselves have that rivalry.
Because back in the day it was Aldershot, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were. Aldershot and strangely Brentford for some reason.
Brentford,
always used to have a bit of a rivalry.
It's a bit of an M4 game, isn't it, Reading Brentford? So I see what you mean there.
So there are. I mean, we've got a bit of a thing with Wycombe at the moment because their owner tried to buy their So there's a bit of, but we don't really care about them most of the time. So we don't really have a rival.
Fair enough.
We just play teams in front of us.
It's always curious for me because I know Oxford hates Swindon more than anyone. I know Swindon hate Oxford more than anyone. So I always look at Reading thinking, who do they despise the most from that point of view?
Yeah, we're too nice. We don't despise anyone.
Yeah, fair enough.
We get our backs up with certain teams for certain periods. I think Wolves back in the day, in the 90s, we had a bit of a thing with, everyone has a thing with Millwall occasionally, don't they? And
a lot of clubs have things with Millwall, don't
Fulham
they?
And Brighton, it was like the
fellow Southern team as well, Brighton, to be fair.
We used to, it's a bit of a middle class thing going on there between Fulham and Brighton and Reading.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sort of, a bit of a rivalry sometimes. But other than that, Bournemouth don't like us for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
We've never done anything to them, but So no, we play who we play, and we don't dislike anyone overall over the season, over the decades.
Yeah, no, fair enough then. Well, either way, best of luck for the game.
Cheers,
nice
mate.
meeting you.
Take care.
yeah, enjoy it. And it's a new away day for me, so I'm about to see what Reading's all about.
It's a reasonably pleasant, and they've got the catering back up and running again.
Okay.
The last couple of seasons it was dodgy, but you know, you'll have a nice time.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I'm looking forward to it. All right then. So yeah, confirmation there will be a protest today at the Medeski. Literally, the fans say, "Oh guys, he's got to go. He's got to go." Look, we've been through this position before in 2011 and 2012 when we had rubbish owners, nearly went down to the National League. I really feel for Reading's fans at the moment. No, that just tells you he's got to go. He's got to go for the better of the football. So here we are. We've made it. We've made it. Here we are. We've made it to the Medeski. It's Reading versus Huddersfield today in League One. There's going to be a protest today, so I'm really curious on what happens today here in Berkshire. I think that's towards the owners already, that banner there. And I can see that's the Huddersfield travelling fans over there. But yeah, Reading Huddersfield, a new football ground for me to tick off as a neutral. I'm looking forward to this. I'm very curious to see what the protests are like as well. All right, we're about 7 minutes till kick-off. I just wanted to say, the amount of empty seats, I feel so bad for them, honestly. It just sums up everything that's going so badly wrong with the club at the moment. And oh no, honestly, if we were in this position before in 2011 and 2012, it's not nice at all. Obviously, different story. If this is well-run Championship or in the Premier League, different story. But no, it just shows how much I feel so sorry for Reading at the moment. But they need new owners because the owners clearly don't care. But anyways, ownership aside, protest aside, we'll get on to the football side of it. In the meantime, we're joined by Logan and Finn, a Reading fan and a Man United fan. How are you guys, first of all?
Good, thanks, yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant, that's brilliant. Score prediction today. I've actually got you to win 2-1 today. I've seen Huddersfield's bad form at the moment.
Yeah, I'm going 0-0 because we're in bad form too.
Okay, fair enough. Well, what did you make of those two games against Leyton Orient and Bolton?
I wasn't at the game, but I've watched them. I think because of the owner situation, everyone's just gone to pieces and we're not playing like we did before. I went to the Wigan game and we were playing Brilliance.
Is that Wigan or?
Oh no, it's not Reading.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And yeah, that was great, but we knew the owner would be out, but obviously the situation.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, fair enough. So you reckon 0-0? What do you reckon today?
I reckon it'll be a 1-1 draw.
Oh, fair enough. And how are you feeling today in general?
Oh yeah, I'm excited for it. I just think it's going to be a game of football.
Yeah.
But owners aside, I hope that Reading will have a good season.
No, that makes sense. Who are you confident for today then for Reading? How many will the line up today? I spoke to a Reading fan earlier. He said Harvey Gibbs is the one on form.
He's back from an injury, so I'm hoping he will play well. But yeah, we're good. I'm gonna go with Sam Smith. He scored the penalty. Yeah.
Well, I remember him Gibbs and Lewis Wing from our League One days because they were playing for Cambridge and Wickham.
Yeah.
So I know what they're like. They're very good players on their day and all that. But yeah, no, I see why you're going for them in general. Is there anyone for Huddersfield?
Josh Grover.
I don't like him. He's a former Portsmouth man. The Portsmouth can't stand us. The ones I do like for Huddersfield are Mikel Miller and Nigel Roderick. They got promoted with us on the Stephen Schumacher when we went up. So I do quite like them. But so you reckon 0-0, and as it stands, where do you guys think Reading will finish in the table at the moment? If you had to pick right now, I know it's early days still, but always curious at the start of the season what fans are thinking at the beginning.
I want to say 9th or like high mid-table.
Just take top half.
I reckon we'll finish high mid-table around 10-9. Yeah, I don't think we can make the playoffs. So I think
who do you reckon will go up as it stands?
Wrexham, I think they're going to make.
Wrexham back to back.
Yeah, I think they're going to do.
Birmingham
City. They're probably one. And I'm going to go. I don't really know, but I think I'm going to go Blackpool just out.
Yeah, Blackpool's very good in the playoffs. To be fair, so you never know. I wouldn't mind them coming up to that. I want to do Liverpool Road on the way there. So that'll be interesting. But and the other thing I want to ask, I'm always really curious about this, but obviously you're in the kick-off triangle with Swindon and Oxford. I know Swindon and Oxford hate each other, but I'm always curious who Reading fans hate most out of anyone in this country. Like, what do you hate most of this like club or anything?
I probably go Oxford.
You probably go Oxford.
Yeah.
But we'll try and do you a favour in December when we play them. So
Yeah, thanks.
well, honestly, no worries. And all I can say is when you play Exeter, it's smash up. So yeah, no, honestly, no. Cheers for coming on, guys. I appreciate it. Nah, no worries. Right, well here we are. We're about to get underway. Reading versus Huddersfield. Huddersfield in that Bournemouth-looking away kit. Reading in their traditional blue and white. Be an interesting one. The Madejski, this is my 49th ground in the country and my 43rd out of the current 92. So I'm really looking forward to this. And then I go to Burnley on Tuesday, so yeah, I'm excited. Be interested to see what Reading come up with here. That's Button going in goal now. As the Reading fans look on to light. Some of them are showing those red card protests already. There's Huddersfield's allocation. Look, I know I'm an insult today, but listen. This is for football. I do like Huddersfield as a club, but because it's football and what they're going through at the moment, I do really want Reading to win this today. Really do. No wonder I'm in the home end, obviously. Just purely because I'm here and they're going through so much and all that, no. If I had to choose, definitely want Reading to win today. Right, we're underway at the Madejski. So Huddersfield fans, watch us on. Meanwhile, at the same time as this, Bolton are playing at Crawley in League One, while, as from my point of view in the Championship, we have 12:30 kickoffs of Blackburn against QPR, Derby against Norwich, and what's the other one? Sheffield Wednesday against West Brom. Reading's through here. Unlucky, very unlucky. Huddersfield free kick. Oh, that was close. Close. Trying to find that opener. You know what this all shows though? With the fans. All these people that have come, these are all the true fans. And you notice this with every football club when they got an owner that really don't care. All the empty seats are the ones that just come when Reading do well. All these people sitting here now, these are the real fans of the football club. Just tells you everything. I'm so proud of them. The Ding are not very pleased with that. It's going to be an advantage here for Huddersfield. Here we go. They need to sing it. They need to sing it loud and proud, these guys. You can see the red cards from some of the fans over there. They're all starting to show it. Yeah, here we are, here we are. Abundantly clear. It's abundantly clear, the message. He has to go. He has to go. Because he is torturing this football club. Yeah, even I'm going to. It's for the good of football. I'm a neutral watching this. It's for the good of football. All up there. Oh, this might benefit Huddersfield. Oh, they'll get a free kick for that. That's some yellow cards as well. You see some Huddersfield fans over there have the red card symbol there for Reading owner. Fair play to them, props to them for that. Sing it loud and proud. I can't lie, I'm feeling a bit emotional. It just breaks my heart to see a football club run like this, honestly. Oh, good save, but didn't quite finish it though. It's 1-0 Huddersfield. I really thought Button had that covered, but yeah, the away fans are loving it. Huddersfield have taken the lead. Their away form is showing to be, in League One, much stronger than their home form. 20 minutes played. Reading 0, Huddersfield 1. So as it stands, the Terriers are going back to winning ways. I'm not surprised, by the way, with Huddersfield's away fans being very noisy, chanty and passionate and loud. I know what they were like at home park last season. They were brilliant, so yeah, not surprised with Huddersfield's noise at the moment. Speaking of which, they nearly had a second there. That's a penalty and the referee's giving nothing. Reading's got a goal. It's 1-1. What a finish. And they were looking for a penalty as well, but aside from that, it changed because they've just thundered that into the back of the net. Brilliant finish. It's 1 each. My 2-1 prediction's spot on. I'm a Barnsley and Southampton all over again. Harvey Nips, that's not what everyone's been saying. Everyone said today, watch out for Harvey Nips, and he pulls off an absolute banger like that. Great finish, great finish. Know what he's capable of in, obviously in League One as well. Now they're chanting his name. That's Coroma now. Good save by Button. If it wasn't for that, Huddersfield might have been a bit more clinical. Giving it away to Evans. But Harvey Nibbs has won it back for Reading. But they give it away immediately. They thought that went in. That's quite funny. That is amazing. They thought that went in. That's incredible. Another decision going Huddersfield's way. Can't lie, so far I think Reading's been the better team, personally. But they are still in this game, Huddersfield, regardless. Unlucky. Button punches the ball away. Huddersfield aren't finished though. Only 1 minute of added time. So what's going to happen here? That's it. Half time. Reading 1, Huddersfield 1. Not very much in it between these two. Both played okay. I'll say more in a minute. I'm desperate for the loo. But yeah. Very even Stevens at the moment. Right, so here's the table as it stands in League One. That's the top 12. And that's the bottom 12. Get Exeter in that bottom 4 and I'm happy. So, half time for my first time at the Medeski. It's currently Reading 1, Huddersfield 1. Personally, from what I saw from that first half, very even Stevens at the moment. No wonder it's 1-1, but I would say Reading have been slightly the better side so far, I will be honest. Huddersfield haven't played bad at all. They have been clinical with that first goal as well, and if it wasn't for Button's spillage, Reading would be in the lead by now, so there's that as well. I do think Reading have been the better team, but I can see why it's 1-1 at the moment, because Huddersfield haven't played bad at all. They've been clinical, and that's just really what's happened in the game, and obviously so far been completely mad by the usual protests and all that, and rightly so obviously, because yeah, the owners of this football club are, well, evil. But anyways, that aside, yeah, 1-1, both not playing bad at all. I do think Reading's been slightly the better side, but I do think the referee's been a little bit biased towards Huddersfield. Like, I think there's been a few fouls that Huddersfield have committed on Reading, and the ref's given it to the Terriers' way, and then meanwhile when Reading tried to get their fouls for their advantages, the referee wouldn't give it. So yeah, I do think the ref's been a bit biased towards Huddersfield so far, but still a long way to go. See what the second half does. I'm very tired, by the way, so I had to go and wash my face, needed to wake myself up, but yeah, be an interesting second half, see what happens. But yeah, that's what I make of the first half so far. Harvey Nibbs' goal for Reading, by the way, was class. Props to him for that. And yeah, let's see what the second half does. Who will come out of top out of the Royals or the Terriers? Or if you are Daryl Johnson or Liam Martin watching right now, the Books or the Dogs? Anyways, Reading Huddersfield second half is going to be coming up for my first time here at the Medeski, checking out Reading as an away day. Okay, second half underway. Let's see what these two can do now. It's currently 1-1, as the score says. I wonder what Button's distributing. Oh, that's a good ball. Oh, unlucky. That looks promising there for Reading. Oh, it's 2-1. Oh, it's offside, never mind. My commentation's jinxed the Terriers then. Reading's on the counter-attack after that. Go on, that's a foul. And he's giving it. That's a second yellow as well. I think that's what the fans are saying. No, it's only a yellow. It's either that or it's the it's denial of goal scoring opportunity. I think that's what they're saying. But now, well, Huddersfield scored, but it was ruled offside. So now Reading might take full advantage here. Yeah, ref saying there's not enough in that. Have a shot there. What a goal! What a finish! What a finish! As calm as you like. Huddersfield will be seething with that with their disallowed goal earlier. And that is calm as you like from the ding. 2-1 to the home side. And Reading take the lead for the first time in this game, which is the massive confidence they'll need. And as it stands, Huddersfield, 3 games in a row they're going to lose in League One. Ben Elliott who scored for the ding. and it's 2-1 to the Royals. Now can they keep it together? They're number 4 in blue and white. This is my prediction as well. I said 2-1 Reading, so if it stays like this, I actually called it. I was just about to say, I haven't mentioned Longwick all game, and obviously he was with us with Shuey, but he's over there. He's got the ball now. Not a bad pass there, Nige. And yeah, Mikel Miller's come on, that's him there with Longwick. Just giving him a high five as well. Good save. Either way, you know, it's a corner for Reading. On comes Charlie Savage, who was at Forest Green when we were in League One. This man was so good for Wickham. And what can he do with this corner for the Royals? We are coming up to the 80th minute marker. Still 2-1 Reading. Could they make it 3-1? It's Lewis Wing's corner. Going for the header, but Huddersfield clear the ball out. It's Longwick. Oh, very good ball, very good ball. Could this be free? No, not quite. Huddersfield trying to go for the acrobatics there. Right, we're coming up to 90 minutes now. I reckon there's going to be the same as Argyle Luton. I reckon it's going to be 7 minutes at a time with that injury Reading had earlier, but we will see. I was close. 6. I was close. I was close. I was close. We're still pushing for it, Huddersfield. Ruben Selles is Barmy Army, they're chanting. Well, I've got this spot on if it stays like this. I said 2-1 Reading from the beginning. Now can they hold it with 15 seconds to go? And as it stands, yeah, Ruben Selles will be getting victory over Michael Duff today. Well, that should be the full-time whistle. It's been 96 minutes. Oh my God. But it's now or never for Huddersfield. That's it, surely. That's it. That's it. Well, Reading have done it. When I visit, Reading are back to winning ways after 2 defeats, while Huddersfield, that's 3 defeats in a row now for the Terriers. And I got this score absolutely spot on from the beginning. I know nothing about the players from either of these clubs and League One in general this season, but I somehow got this right. But that is a cracking result for Reading to push them up the table. The Huddersfield fans won't be happy. And yeah, my first time here ends with a home win. What huge confidence that is for Ruben Selles with everything going on around the club. So that's a brilliant win for Reading. So their winless run ends after 2 games. Huddersfield now 3 defeats in a row. They're slipping down the table. Pressure's on Duff. Pressure's on Duff. These are really the true fans of the club. Look at them. Like, with the amount of emphasis been going on with this whole ownership crisis, the ones that turn up, these are the true fans of this football club. And a massive well done and fair play to every single one of them. And yeah, I went to Reading with this shirt on. So yeah, there we are. Right, there we are. Thank you very much, Reading. So that's a new ground ticked off. Right then, and there we have that. That was that then. My first League One match I attended to since last season when I covered Portsmouth versus Exeter. A fixture I don't like. But yeah, my first trip to the Medeski ended up finishing full time. Reading 2, Huddersfield 1. A very good win for Reading, I'd say, given most of the attack and shots Huddersfield did propose during most of those 90 minutes. Here's now the current view I have of the town. Anyways, yeah, so obviously Huddersfield took the lead. Huddersfield took the lead in the 21st minute thanks to Matty Pearson, and it looks like that all the attack that Huddersfield was showing were going to prove themselves on them getting back to winning ways. Ultimately, as we all know, it didn't, but at first it felt like that. David Button did actually make a really good save firstly, but then he spilt it and it went in the back of the Reading net and Huddersfield went 1-0 up. In the 21st minute as well, so Reading knew that despite how defensive they were being, they knew they needed to go on the counter-attack to damage Huddersfield that way. And 9 minutes later, Harvey Nibbs did exactly that for the Royals. And yeah, Reading drew themselves level, much to the Terriers' absolute frustration, Michael Duff's absolute frustrations. And then, yeah, and then it got into half-time, 1 apiece. I thought 1 apiece was fair at half-time. I thought Reading were the better team, but mainly more due to how defensive they were being. And I also rated the performance of their keeper, Button, despite his brief mistake that gave Huddersfield the goal originally. But Huddersfield did have the more shots and the more shots on target, especially going into that. And in terms of going forward, they looked the more threatening side to look like to win it. They did actually get that goal in the second half, but it was offside. And then Elliott for Reading, Ben Elliott found the winner at the end in the second half. In the 57th minute, allowing the Royals to take the lead, and from that moment onwards, Reading basically stuck to their game plan and stopped Huddersfield from attacking, with Reading trying to break with the counter-attacks as well to make it 3-1 or 4-1. Better side in all departments, I thought, today, Reading, so fair play to them with everything that's going on in the background regarding their club ownership and all that. Huddersfield have work to do if they want to get promoted this season, and the way they're going, they don't look like it at the moment, I can't lie. From what I've seen so far in League One this season. So yeah, that won't look good at all on Huddersfield. So that's that really. That is my first ever visit to Berkshire's Premier Football Club, and a new stadium for me to tick off. Reading is officially club number 49 in England for me that I ended up ticking off. So that was that really. So yeah, not a bad away day, to be honest. It was better than what I thought. I did feel for the atmosphere though. You could tell that it was all toxic going on there with the amount of empty seats there were in the home end. And that's obviously given to the owners, the fans that are against the current club owners. My man of the match personally was Button, Reading's goalkeeper. I think he was the reason why Huddersfield didn't win the game, or at least get a point at the end. So fair play to him on that one. That's what I thought personally with him regarding that. So yeah, fair play to him on that one. So yeah, that is that. And also the other thing I thought during that game, I didn't think the referee had the greatest of performances, unlike what I saw yesterday night between us and Luton, where the referee I thought was very good. I thought the referee was very biased towards Huddersfield for most of the game, I personally thought. That's why I saw so many of the home fans, the Ding fans, getting frustrated during that game. But overall, given how defensively well drilled I really thought they were, I did think the home side deserved it at the end. Huddersfield have now lost 3 in a row, and they've got Birmingham away next, which is not going to get any easier for them. And Birmingham have just come back from 2-0 down at home against Peterborough to beat them 3-2, while Reading, their next opponent, Reading's next game is once again at home, but this time on Tuesday night they have Burton. Burton from the West Midlands, they're coming down to the Medeski on Tuesday night, while I'm at Turf Moor at Burnley for the Greens. So that's that really. I guess that's their main church. So obviously Reading's the largest town in the country, so that's that. But anyways, yeah, basically what I was going to say was that, yeah, pretty much Huddersfield could bounce back from it, but they'll be the big underdogs against Birmingham, so that won't be easy for them at all. Reading, meanwhile, will probably be the big favourites against Burton, but I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, that pretty much sums up the day. My first trip to the Medeski Stadium as an away day. I didn't mind it. I think it could have been better, but I expected it to be toxic, given the protests and everything that's negative revolving around the club at the same time as well. So that's that really. That's my first neutral episode of the season, guys. My first League One episode of the season, guys, and also my first time to Berkshire's Premier Football Club. So that pretty much sums up everything you need to know from this episode really. What else was I going to say? Lewis Wing, I thought, had a good game as well. I thought Lewis Wing had a good game for Reading today as well. Same with Harvey Nibbs. Huddersfield, mainly their goal scorer, I thought had the best game. But Longwick and Miller, the former Argyle players, didn't quite have the best of games. I didn't think they quite coped with Nibbs and Wing. But there we are. But my man of the match was Button, Reading's goalkeeper. Thought he had a very good game, apart from the spillage he made in the first half that led to Huddersfield's opener. But it's pressure on Michael Duff, because he nearly got Barnsley promoted 2 seasons ago, and now he's lost 3 in a row with Huddersfield. Pressure is on for the playoff loser of 2 seasons ago to Sheffield Wednesday. But yeah, an important win for Ruben Selles, and that's put Reading right up the table. I think Reading's 14th in the table now. They're around mid-table at the moment, and Huddersfield, I think, have just dropped out of the playoffs given that defeat and other clubs' wins. Wrexham's currently top of League One. So yeah, that covers everything really, guys. Any Reading fans that are watching this, I hope you enjoyed my visit, and we will see you in the next video, everyone. We're back with Argyle on Tuesday. Bring on bloody Burnley. See you all then. Up the Janners, up the Argyle, up the Greens, up the Pilgrims, up the Plymouth. Come on, you boys in green. Green Army. We'll see you then. Have a good one, guys. Take care, and see ya.
When they pull on the green, they're all Janners. Janners!